morning, and it's wonderful to see so many community members here as we celebrate a transition. Thank you for being here to support our athletics program and our student athletes. At the University of Pikeville, more than half of our students here are student athletes. This past year, we had a chamber luncheon across the street. I had lunch with 7 businessmen and women, and this is one thing that they said for sure. We love to hire University of Pikeville students, but we especially like to hire your student athletes. It was an interesting discussion at lunch that day as we heard how our student athletes rise to the occasion. They show up as leaders, they show up early to build a team, their strong work ethic, and their commitment. We thank you for being here to support this transition. Thank you to Kelly and all of your work. Without your leadership and history throughout this program, it would not have been possible. Thank you.
Well, it's a great day for me. I can promise you we're in a great place as far as the transition goes, and Ty and I have been together for quite some time, 11 years I think in general as far as our relationship goes with coaching and friendship. And I'll touch on some things. I'll have some remarks that I want to share, and then we'll do the introductions, those kind of things. Ty's career path in coaching, you get into coaching, head coaching positions several different ways. One of those ways is you're a great player. No offense to Ty, you're a great player, and you get a Division I coaching job, and you rock and roll, and you go from there whether you deserve that or not. Others are lineage, your family tradition. You get an opportunity to step into those footprints, and the things as coaches who are traditionalists love the fact that people earn the opportunities they get. Ty started with me as a JV player. We realized that probably wasn't his future. We encouraged him to scoot over to the student assistant role, and he took off and flourished in a student assistant role, learning the program, learning recruiting, learning how to communicate with players and what all goes into making a good coach. Moved from there to a part-time role where he was making very little to no money and surviving on cafeteria food and just whatever he could find to kind of get going, to learn and be dedicated, and his loyalty just kept showing through in that. We rewarded him with a full-time assistant's position, and he just flourished. That's when we started winning our national championship. Program started exploding, and we moved him into an associate head coach role. Ty's had very many opportunities to leave the university, to go venture out in other places, to continue his career, but he was very loyal. And I keep saying that word so you understand the importance of loyalty to me and certainly the loyalty to our school. And he's earned the opportunity to be introduced today. So as you start appreciating all the things we have here, also understand Ty has been a great ambassador for our university. As I started thinking about what I really hoped some characteristics that would be for the program that we came in and established here, and I wanted to write these down because I didn't want to miss on any of these. And when you start thinking about the succession of where I leave and someone else starts, which will be Ty, some characteristics I wanted to see that were in place, and I want to go through these very quickly. I wanted someone that was very humble, very hungry, and very appreciative. I wanted somebody who was a lifelong learner who just constantly chased their best version of themselves. Someone who was a hard worker, a very hard worker. Someone who was strong with relationships, a builder of people, builder of men. Someone who was a giver of their time and their talents to others. Someone who was a dreamer. Someone who was a leader by example. Someone who was strong in their coaching skills and strong in recruiting. Someone who was a family-first person. Someone who was results-driven. And I stole this from Kobe Bryant. It nailed it perfectly. Unapologetically competitive. We've been successful because we've refused to accept anything but being competitive. So today, I'm very proud to introduce to you the man that holds all these characteristics. Ty Compton and his lovely wife, Lisa. Please come up. And he's never been allowed to use one of these in practice because there's only one dude allowed to use this during practice, so I'm gonna hand that off.
Thank you, Coach, for all those words. I really appreciate that. And I'd like to start by thanking Dr. Worth, thanking Dr. Webb, along with Coach Wells. It's been an eventful few weeks just sitting down with those three folks and talking about my vision for the program. And the word continuity comes up a lot. You know, I'm going to have an opportunity to not only make the program my own, but a lot of what we already do is a collaboration of my thoughts, Coach Wells' thoughts, and the rest of our own thoughts. So continuity is going to be a big piece to what we do moving forward, whether that be academically, in the community, on the court, et cetera. I'd like to also thank everyone from the campus and the community for coming to share this moment with us. Many of you that are out here right now have been part of my entire journey at the University of Pikeville in some capacity, whether it be as an undergraduate student, part-time employee, full-time employee, whatever that's been. A lot of you have seen me grow, helped me grow, and I greatly appreciate you for being here today. I would like to thank Lisa, my wife, and the rest of my family for being here, sharing the same unwavering love and support that you guys have shown me the entire time throughout this entire journey. I really appreciate that and absolutely couldn't have done that without you. This campus and community means so much to me. You know, I've been here for 11 years on staff, 12 years overall. Graduated from here, met my wife here. My father brought me to games when I was younger here. My great uncle has told me stories about him bringing my father to games when he was younger here. Many other family members have graduated from here. Just, you know, growing up in a small town in Southwest Virginia, an hour away, Pikeville was a big part of my life prior to coming to school here. You know, we came to Pikeville to do a lot of things. It's just a big part of me the entire time. So absolutely does me, it makes me extremely happy and to be able to carry on the UPIKE basketball tradition in a place that has meant so much to me, has given me so much in return. Philosophy-wise with our program, again, we mentioned the word continuity. That's going to be a big piece to what we do. Obviously, some of the procedures of what we do may change, but I want our program our philosophy to be built on four things mainly. Hopefully these things you'll see can shine on the floor and off the floor. The four key things that I want our program to represent are that we show up every single day. I want our guys to show up every single day, give their best effort on and off the floor. We will make no excuses. Like there are going to be plenty of excuses available, whether you're sick, we're on the road, whatever that might be. We're not going to make any excuses. We're going to fight through any adversity that comes our way. We're always going to keep our promises, whether that's to us, to ourselves, to our family, to our coaches, to our administration, whoever that is. If it comes out of our mouth and it's something that is important to us, we're going to keep our promises every single day. And then we're also going to appreciate all that we have. You know, that's a key thing. We're extremely blessed to be in such a wonderful situation with such great athletic support. I think it's very important for us to be able to keep things in perspective, take a step back, and be very appreciative of what we have and the opportunities that have brought us to this point as coaches, as administrators, and as players as well. We look to have continuity in all our community endeavors. You know, Coach Wells has always been extremely active in the community himself. He's always had our players in the community. We want to continue that. We want to build on that. Everything we do, we want to build on. We want to continue being out in the elementary schools. We want to continue volunteering at different fairs, volunteering at different opportunities for our guys to get out and also have leadership growth opportunities. You know, I'm going to put those guys in positions to have to speak in public. I'm going to put those guys in positions to have to do certain things that hopefully we can continue to build them not only as players but also as leaders and voices moving out into our community. On the floor, I would consider what we're going to try to do to be dual tempo. I think that's something that we've done in the past with Coach, and it's not going to change with us. We want to be a very fast-paced offensive team. We want to be able to score the basketball. We want to recruit guys that are great offensive players, willing defenders, and put those guys in positions to be successful on the floor. Defensively, we want to really sit down and guard in the half court. Like we want to make it really tough on people, really tough on teams to score defensively on us in the half court, and put pressure on teams with our offense, with our explosiveness on that end of the floor. As many of you know, we had a ceremony honoring Coach Wells' career over the weekend, and I started to think about all the things that I wanted to say in this press conference, and really what made up what I would call bear culture. You know, how was I going to put all those things into words? Really never been in the position to do so until now. And there's a few examples that I thought of that represent what I want to be considered bear culture. We had an alum player on our national championship team get off work in Chicago, Illinois, an hour outside of Chicago, drive all the way here just to be at the ceremony, just because it meant so much to him to celebrate Coach. Like that, I want that to be bear culture. I can remember us going to a community event at Shelby Valley High School, or Shelby Valley Elementary School, reading to elementary kids. And after we got done to reading to the kids, we were getting ready to go, and the kids went to lunch. And one of the students that had really become attached to one of our players throughout the process was sitting alone at a lunch table, had no friends with him, just by himself. And our guy, I don't know if he's in here, Jazz Parker, went over, spent 10 or 15 minutes of his time with him, just sat with him. I want that to be bear culture. There's a picture going around that has went around last week, I think, of one of our players, it is here, Corbin Spencer, getting a dunk, and the entire bench just erupting, people celebrating, you know, being happy for the other people that are having success in our program, being happy for the other players that are on the floor, doing the job that I'm sure they wish they were doing, but they still found an opportunity to cheer on their teammate. Like, I want that to be bear culture. You know, we have alums that coach high school basketball locally and afar. Those guys coming back to practice, those guys coming to watch us do what we do and try to implement that back into what they do because they think so highly of the process of the way we do things. I want that to be bear culture. All those things can be represented on the floor and off the floor, and that's something that I absolutely hope to continue now that we can put that into words, put that on paper. Those things are things that I think that we've represented with Coach and that I hope to continue myself. I promise to keep it short and sweet, so I won't go any longer, but thank you guys very much for the opportunity. I'm extremely humbled and blessed that this many people showed up for this day, and so many people from my entire journey are here to celebrate this moment with me. I really appreciate that, and thank you very much.